Hello and welcome, my bald and bearded friends. Today quite a bit of a, what I think is personally quite a funny video, and that's why I bought a Varanti Hombre Gold Spender for the toilet. This is the cheapest perfume I could find. It cost about €9. Even the plastic is quite cheap, real thin, feels kind of weird. Personally, what I noticed right away is that the amount of fragrance, the mils, isn't listed on the box, so I assume it's 100 mils looking at the size, but it might as well be 50 or 70 or whatever. It isn't listed on the box. Most information I could find about this fragrance was from German websites, so I'm very glad I had some lessons years ago at school, so I could read a little bit of those. So those lessons weren't meaningless after all. But I thought that was quite funny because I also bought it in a store called The Action, real cheap store here in the Netherlands. So looking online, I came across, of course, a German website called also.de, and they had listed notes on it without top notes, mid notes or base notes, but just the notes. So I will read them out loud. It was cashmere, fruit notes, peach and sweet cherry. As I stated before, I was never as excited to try a perfume this cheap as I'm right now. But looking at the notes, I think this might be a bit of a hidden gem, although I think the notes listed are likable. I think the performance will be quite bad and have the faintest smell which disappears quite quickly. Alright, the bottle is I think quite nice. The cap is of course real cheap plastic, but you know what. The atomizer, as you see, is like the one on Coty by Aspen, also a great cheapie of course. I have reviewed that one if you want to see. Click the link. Yeah, this is the bottle. Some text at the bottom. It's a 100 ml. It's actually produced in the Netherlands. I could only find German sites, but you know, I'm from the Netherlands, but it's actually produced in the Netherlands and I couldn't find a sites and Dutch site. Well, let's try it on skin right away. I will shower. I've just exercised, so I have to shower anyway. No, otherwise it's not too bad. I think exactly the same as Coty by Aspen. It's quite projecting. I can smell it from 30 centimeters away. Warm. It surprised me that I don't smell as much alcohol as many very cheap fragrances. You know, they are loaded with alcohol and it's the first minute you smell only alcohol. This one has that a little bit, but you get the sweet cherry and the peach right away. The cashmere is real underneath everything, but it's real fruity, warm fragrance. Actually, with the alcohol proceeding right now from the fragrance, It reminds me a little bit of schnapps, which is of course a German alcoholic beverage. The peach schnapps. As I thought it would be. I can already smell that the fragrance dies out a bit. You know, it came real fast in your face, the top notes in your face, but after it's not even a minute, it really dies down, and you know, as you could see, I could smell it from 30-40 centimeters away. Right now it's just a couple centimeters. It's directly a skin scent. Let's try again. Atomizer is changed, however, in real like a water pistol, just one beam. Strange. Yeah, the alcohol right away. And it's even a very hot day right now, or very hot, quite a hot day. So it should be really projecting real, but it isn't. Looking at the bottle right now, I see that it's actually, yeah, it's the same bottle a patient, one of my patients uses every day. I work as a student nurse at the moment with people with very bad handicaps. You know, couldn't eat for herself, eats by I don't know the English word actually, but very severe handicapped people with feeding tubes in their stomach, and feeding pumps who pushes the food in their stomach. And one of them has this fragrance. It's quite funny. I think it's quite funny, but would I buy it again? No. Would I wear it? No. Would I give it as a gift to someone? No. It's yeah. I wouldn't recommend it, but I think it's quite funny to try. And if you're in the mood for a bit of funny kind of fragrance, real hard top notes for a couple seconds, which are quite nice, to be honest. The cherry is quite you know, quite likable, but it dies out in a couple of minutes, and the alcohol in it is just a bit screeching in the nose. But if you want to see which perfumes are great, this playlist, you will see them all. Ciao.